What's hiding underneath things can be scary. Underwater, under your bed, especially what's under your carpet. Except when you get new carpet from Carpet One Floor and Home. After tearing up your old carpet, they'll vacuum and apply Health Annex antimicrobial to your subfloor, disinfecting and killing mold, mildew, and any remaining general awfulness. Carpet One Floor and Home goes the extra mile to protect you, your family, and your home. Carpet One Floor and Home in Columbia, making your home beautiful, guaranteed.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Tuesday, July the 5th, day after 4th of July. Scott Christianson is with us. And of course, Scott is our artificial intelligence expert. Good to have you here. You're with the university, a professor at the university.
Yes.
When we talk about artificial intelligence, and we've had many discussions on this, I find it fascinating. And I was looking at a movie that I was telling you about called Archives, where a robotist, is that the right word?
I guess.
A robotist is trying to build a artificial human,
right,
in the likes of his wife.
Right.
Do you ever see anything like that in the future as a reality?
Well, I think that ties in very much with the thing I wanted to talk to you about today, and that's deepfakes. And deepfakes are a synthetic representation of a person, whether that's a real person or that's a entirely made-up avatar in a computer. But we could, for example, take all the video and audio of Paul Pepper, and we could have a synthetic representation of Paul Pepper at some point in the future saying various things.
Saying various things that perhaps I never said.
As perhaps you never said.
Now, are you saying in doing it as a video like you're watching it on television or as a robot?
Well, I don't know about the robot part, but I think that you could certainly do it on video. You've been on television a lot, and there's a lot of data out there. And what artificial intelligence does is it trains itself on existing data, so existing video and audio, and then it predicts what would Paul look like if he was saying this, or what would he sound like if he was saying this. And so that's how these deepfakes work, is they take a bunch of data and then they predict what someone would sound like.
And they put the picture, they are able to manipulate the video?
They can manipulate the video as well, but I think the producer has an example of an audio deepfake that I use just with some very simple tools of me. Let's listen to it.
So Travis is going to play that. Now, keep in mind, this is a deep fake of Scott Christianson, not him actually talking.
Right.
Go ahead, Travis.
I hate hedgehogs. I think they are so ugly. I hate hedgehogs. I think they are so ugly. I would never say something like that, obviously, because I love hedgehogs, right? And here's, in fact, Travis will play the original audio. I love hedgehogs. I think they are so cute. So was able to change the word love to hate and cute to ugly.
Play the original, play the manipulated one again.
I hate hedgehogs. I think they are so ugly.
So how did you do that?
It's a fairly simple program called Dissect, and I took a bunch of my lectures and I put them as a training material for it to learn my voice, and then I was able to edit the text and just say, I would like you to say hate here, and I'd like you to say ugly here, and you can compose entire sentences that the person has never in fact said.
And it sounds real.
It sounds real. It sounds pretty good. And if I was to get more sophisticated with this, I could actually take times when I'm excited and say, okay, here's all the times when Scott's excited, or when he's bored, or when he's angry. And I could then have different voices. So I could do the inflections, and I could do the, if I was getting into a diatribe about hedgehogs, I could have all the right inflections. That was just from rather monotone voice. I'm not getting too excited there. But you can get very sophisticated with this. And
how would it be possible then for us as listeners and viewers to tell when something is real and something is fake. You can manipulate politicians to say things.
So Russia has been doing this with hackers that have been making some of the dignitaries in Europe think that they are receiving calls from Ukrainian mayors of different towns asking for help or asking them to do something. And so this has actually been coming up lately, and we don't have that kind of trust built into our communication systems. And so it's going to be difficult. And we could even have scammers that might call you and say, hey, this is Scott. Paul, I'm raising some money. Would you contribute $100 to help hedgehogs? And you might...
But wait. Can you actually have a conversation then with that person, with that computer?
So here's the deal, is that these things become easier and more democratized, right? So I couldn't have showed you that or brought in a sample like that 2 or 3 years ago. But in 2 or 3 years from now, I believe you will be able to do that, and it will be available for a lot of people to be able to do that. So this is kind of a dangerous time that we're entering.
So you respond back to this fake voice, and it understands what you said, and it knows then how to...
Not right now. There's still a human that's manipulating that, but we could see that as happening sometime in the future.
Okay.
It's kind of like your science fiction that you were telling me about with a deep fake version of a loved one that has been kind of resurrected, if you will.
When you stop and think about all of this, it kind of blows my mind. I'm still trying to figure out how when you pick up your phone and you click on Google and ask the lady a question, she answers you immediately in complete sentences. How is she doing that?
She is predicting what she thinks you're going to want to hear, and then is predicting what it would what the waveform would sound like, what the audio would sound like if somebody was saying the sentence. That's how computer speech works nowadays. Is it's predicting how it would sound if somebody said this.
But she's putting together complete sentences.
Yes. And once again, it's part of the computer learning how sentence works, how grammar works, and being able to put that all together.
Are they putting each word in individually? The computer is finding those words to place in that sentence instantaneously?
Yeah, I mean, it's all happening in real time, right? So it's all happening and composing that sentence, and is coming back to you fast enough that you don't know the difference.
Okay. We're out of time, Scott.
We didn't get a chance to talk about Star Trek, though. Okay. We got to do it.
Next time. We got 24 seconds left here. How can people get in touch or get more information?
If you go to profcnews.com, you can find my newsletter. That's where I geek out about a lot of this kind of stuff.
Okay, again, do it slow.
PROFC.
Okay,
profcnews.com.
Okay, you got it. Thank you. It's a pleasure having you here. Something you'd like to hear or see, drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu.